Look at where I came from. I can never fall back to the same ones. Only good vibes now, but the hard times is what we raised from. Turn to the ambition we are made from. We don't run, we don't fall, we don't stop, we don't fail. We take all our doubts, the dark clouds, and we still prevail. Raise a fist to the sky, a solution's there. And we stand for the dreamers, a revolution's here. You cannot stop us. You cannot stop us. There's nothing you can do now. Just watch. There's nothing you can do now. Just watch. It's a revolution. It's a revolution. Yeah. You cannot stop us. There's nothing you can do now. A revolution. What you can't see. No more chains, yeah, I'm truly free. I pay my dues, it ain't come cheap. No more chains on me, you can't hold me down. You can't hold me down. You won't hold us down. You can't hold us down. Hold it down, yeah. You can't hold us down, yeah. We gon' hold it down, yeah.
I'm not looking for someone to dry all my tears, no. I'm not looking for someone to scare away the fears, no. I know it's not gonna happen. Don't believe in happy forever after. No one should have to feel this torn. We're unable to speak with voices to soar. We could do better than this. We could do better than this. When you stand in the middle of the crowd, I wanna know it's me that you're missing. We could do better than this. We are much bigger than this. When you stand in the middle of the crowd, I wanna know it's me that you're missing. Me that you're missing. Me that you're missing. We could do better than this. It's not that you're not strong, or that you know what I need. In the past I played along, so devoted I lost parts of me. This time it's not gonna happen. Don't need happy forever after. I let go of past if you do too. To leave now would be running from the truth. We could do better than this. We could do better than this. When you stand in the middle of the crowd, I wanna know it's me that you're missing. We could do better than this. We are much bigger than this. When you stand in the middle of the crowd, I wanna know it's me that you're missing. Me that you're missing. Me that you're missing. We could do better than this. Better. We could do better. Better.
Take a chance in a trance, painted red, what a romance. Take a chance, one glance, painted blue, end up with a rain dance. Just a bit stronger, an honor and a monster. Yeah, I gotta say I want this longer. Can't find this anywhere, constant calm inside, yeah. Waves above stand light, yeah. Feeling calm inside, yeah. Won't find us anywhere, constant calm inside, yeah. Waves above stand light, yeah. Feeling calm inside, yeah. Can't find us anywhere.
Welcome to Gaming Morning Show, your favorite morning radio show that plays games. We're like an FM morning radio show, and since it's a weekday, we're on your favorite platform, just like we've been Monday through Friday since 2020. And of course on our website, GamingMorningShow.tv. So whether you're able to join us in the chat, or are lurking or listening, we're happy you're here. Who knows what today will bring? Maybe there will be amazing food inventions.
One hand for the taco says, one hand right below the taco ready to catch.
Eat the crunchy taco, catch it, soft taco second.
That is brilliant.
I mean, we do like a good food topic. Put it on a pancake. Or maybe we'll celebrate someone's birthday.
Today, actor Peter Sarsgaard turns 52.
He's the pirate now.
Or meet a star of stage and screen.
Says I, gaming, doc gaming, sports doc gaming. Oh shoot, I have too many names.
Is that Keonstopher Reevkin? Or maybe I'll get to leave this box. I'm pretty okay in here. Okay, let's not get too ridiculous. I'm never getting out of here. But that's okay, because I'm here with you. Every weekday morning at 6 a.m. Pacific. And whatever the heck time it is in the UK. Your search is over.
Beep, beep, longer beep.
You found Gaming Morning Show, and we're getting started right now.
Morning, gamer. Welcome to this Gaming Morning Show. Thank you so much for being with us wherever you may be on Wednesday, June the 7th, 2023. It's the weekend of the week edition of this morning radio show that plays games. It's a pleasure. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. We have a 3-hour show planned for you. That's the plan. We'll see what actually happens. Sean not here. At the moment, we are expecting some Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News coming up at about 6:30. 6:25. Why did I say 6:30? It hasn't been what it has been for 3 years. This is ridiculous. But we also have birthdays coming up at 6:50. That is true, and the way it's always been. So stick around. It's on the way. We also have some stories that we'll share with you on the way as well. All right, it's a good morning. Thank you for being here. King Gray opened up the chat.
First,
brought the breakfast tacos at 4 after 6 o'clock.
what's for breakfast?
So hopefully you're having something good and delicious this morning. We also have Drew Mega, who's in the chat this morning.
Nice chat.
Already busting out the bingo cards, trying to get qualified for the $10 gaming gift card that we will issue out on Monday's Gaming Morning Show. When you get a bingo, do ! I got bingo.
Bingo.
And we'll play that for you. It is also time to release the word of the day.
The word of the day is
Cute. Cute. So your bingo cards today can simply say cute King Gray, or cute Drew Mega, or cute whatever other name that you want to use. We also encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is at Gaming Morning Show as far as our username, youtube.com/Gaming Morning Show. We hope to see you there more often in the near future. Right now, also, if you ever miss any of our birthday videos, we have those posted on that site as well. It's great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Drew Mega says, thank you, GMS, for the great bingo prize. Thank you, Drew Mega, for dominating the wheel of names. Names.
in space.
Can't win it if you're not winning it. You know what I mean? Makes sense. Like, seriously, Drew Mega was dominant when it came to the wheel of names early on, and now walks away with $30 worth of gaming gift cards just for watching a morning radio show that plays games, which is a pretty good deal. Coming up, we'll tell you the days of the day. We also have a story this hour of an extremely rare orange lobster that is caught in Maine. I don't know how many of y'all have ever been to Maine, but my wife and I, a long time ago, very early on, well, mostly early on in our relationship, we were basically like, hey, we should take a trip together. Okay, that sounds cool. You ever been to Maine? No. We should go to Maine. So we went to Maine. Like, the whole intent of the trip was to go to Maine, and we had a blast. So we flew into Boston. I don't think Hefty Wife has ever forgiven me for this. We made all these plans, and I'm looking at the calendar, and I'm like, hey, you know what happens in the Northeast the same exact weekend that we fly into Boston? The Denver Broncos play at the New England Patriots. Huh? How about that? Which I honestly didn't know, but there's no way for me to make her believe that, because it went down exactly that way, where it's like, oh yeah, it just so happens that the football team that I keep track of 365 days a year, especially back then, pre-kids, was like, oh yeah, they happen to be playing in New England at that time. Although I also think that there's a good chance that my alibi stands, because the schedule might not have been out by the time we started talking about going to Maine. It was very coincidental, but we did watch a game and the Broncos won at New England, which is not an easy thing to do during the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick era. So that was pretty okay. Pretty happy with that. Good morning and nice chat to Chat FM. It's great to see you.
Nice chat.
I invite you to also subscribe, as you already might be, at youtube.com/gamingmorningshow. We have our birthday videos that we're doing, and we just got hot off the presses a new episode of a new series that we want to start. And so we're getting the second one edited, and then we will put that out too. So there's going to be some more exciting things on our YouTube channel that we invite you to check out there. Coming up at 7:40 this morning, party goers are able to fish a sinking plane out of the water in Ontario, not Orlando, in Ontario. I have no clue what this story entails, but it sounds like it's like one of those things where everyone's just kind of hanging out on the beach. We're just having a good time. Everything's fine. And all of a sudden, it's like, do you see a plane out there? And then people have to all of a sudden adjust to it. So we'll have that story coming up for you at 7:40. It is Global Running Day, International Supply Chain Professionals Day, World Caring Day, Daniel Boone Day, June Bug Day, Love Island Day, National Alexandra Day, National Benjamin Day, National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. It's National Elias Day, National VCR Day, and World Food Safety Day. Please be very careful around your food today. But last but not least, our topic of the day has to do with your best clothing experience, or your best clothing story, because today is National Tailors Day, and I have never gone to an actual tailor, but I'm curious, what your best clothing story might be. Right? Has there ever been a time where you've had an outstanding experience with clothing? Maybe something fit you surprisingly awesome right off the rack, or you found an old shirt that belonged to your family member, right? Maybe you went to a store and all of a sudden everything was 90% off, which actually might be the one I'll tell you coming up. So lots of different options. It's kind of a choose your own adventure topic. What's your best clothing story on National Tailors Day? Drew Mega said, bingo 3-peat. That's right. Not one. This is the old LeBron thing. Not two. Not three. How many times can Drew Mega win bingo? You never know. Escape Reality's here. Good morning to you. Appreciate you being here.
Nice chat.
So is a Keith Antony, 89. Whoa. Thank you for being here this morning. I appreciate it. Chat FM, I'm not allowed to buy clothes from Mrs. FM anymore. Ever since the incident, she asked me to buy something she would look good in. Apparently, balaclava was not acceptable. Stand by. It's just Hefty Googling stuff, trying to figure out what Chat FM said. Ba-bum bum. Thank you very much. Drew Mega, best clothing story is when I got a fresh pair of Air Jordans as a teen. They were the Air Jordan 4. Still my fave Jordans to date. Is that something you also collect? I know Drew Mega's into the action figures, right? The 1/6 replicas, I want to say. Something like that. Is that also something, those shoes that you've collected? Big shout out, in fact, to King Julian who's been on the show quite a bit, but that was one thing that Julian showed us when we had Julian on the show, is the outstanding collection of sneakers that Julian has. So I don't suppose that might be something that you're into as well. Is sneakers a big part of your life? All right, let me type key Julian DDP. Yeah, there we go. Gonna give a quick shout out to Julian. Right here. There you go. Drew Mega says that's a very good possibility, as Downs had said. I heard Drew Mega was saving up all the wins for a Steam Deck. Why wouldn't you? That's actually a very interesting idea, because you could get a Steam gift card. And if you get enough Steam gift cards, would you be able to buy a Steam Deck? I've also seen a whole bunch of people saying like how nice it's been for the fact that they've been able to play Diablo 4 on their Steam Deck. Like being able to play that kind of game that takes a good amount of hours to be invested, but being able to play it from anywhere in your house. So, or anywhere, period, which is kind of cool. The only time I went to a tailor's when I bought a suit for a wedding day and had it tailor-made, the same suit I had, then I took back to the same tailor to make further adjustments to upcycle the wear for my sister's wedding years later. I've done that before. Listen, tailors are pretty helpful in that regard. I didn't realize you could get so much more space out of certain suits as you can with some, apparently. No, I don't collect shoes. That would drive me broke. I do currently own a pair of Jordan 1s, though. Nice. Well, Chat FM, I hope that someday you're able to go shopping again from Mrs. FM. The trust will someday be reunited. It's going to be an interesting show because, first and foremost, Sean may show up in the 7 o'clock hour. Lots been going on in the Sports.Gaming household. I wouldn't be surprised if Sean needs a day off. But also, Rocket League is updating, so we don't have the game to play right now. There's just a lot going on. So we're just going to talk a little extra 5 minutes and get you to the 6:25 mark, and then I will give you some made-up video game headlines to start your day. There probably is some news. I mean, if you want to contribute video game news, you're always welcome to. You can post it in our Discord and also share it in the chat as well. So thank you for being here. Today's word of the day is cute. Cute for bingo. So yesterday, let's see, what was it? It was Tuesday night. It was Tuesday's a marathon work day for yours truly. So had a lot to do on Tuesday. Working on a lot of various projects, so kind of all over the place in that respect. But by and large, it was a pretty good day. It was just very focused and busy. Haven't had a chance to play Street Fighter 6, but I do have it installed now on my PlayStation. That was something that I was trying to get done. I've been watching a lot of folks play that on shows, including Hey, it's Brendan, who's played it a couple of times. Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking game. I'm excited to try it at some point. Let's see. Keith Anthony says, "Is Sean still sleeping?" There's a very good chance, even though Sean is literally right there. You know, you can see Sean. But yeah, pretty sure Sean is taking a quick snooze. In other news, I'm negative from COVID, but they have a headache that I'm struggling to get rid of, so that's exciting. Hey, hopefully it's a recovery that's as good as possible, because there's some folks who, have had persistent issues with things even well after their positive COVID experience is over. So I hope that is the case for you, Keith. Did you hear about the new ad rules Twitch is putting into effect as King Gray? Oh yeah, that was all over the place yesterday. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying is at the end of the day, they've made some changes that we've been preparing for, the entire time we've been on the air. So, there's not a platform you can be on that's not yours that you can 100% hope is going to be there in the future. So, we're on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. And if one day we show up and we're only on 2 of those 3, or if we're on 3 of the new platforms that are out there, don't be surprised. It's what we've been expecting the whole time. It does definitely affect, the way that we were approaching sponsorships for sure. But that's always something that we had anticipated. So, it doesn't seem like it's making a lot of people happier than they are less happy, right? Like, that's my takeaway, Gray, and anyone else who wants to chime in. But that seems to be the takeaway I got yesterday. Is the consensus was this is not helping people who use the platform. And I don't know if necessarily the people who use the platform, are they supposed to help us? I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is. But I do know that, working within the confines of what they've created was always an intention of ours. Did you hear that WWE multi-year contract with Twitch to provide sidecast content and backstage interviews and sneak peeks during live TV shows to give fans a full 360-degree experience? Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I even heard yesterday that the CDL, which is Call of Duty League, signed their exclusive rights with YouTube for broadcasting their actual CDL events. That doesn't mean that they're gonna be, you only can play Call of Duty if you're playing it as a streamer, for example, on YouTube. It's just for the CDL, as far as I understand. But no, I hadn't seen that, Keith. And was that announced yesterday during all this other stuff? Wow. But see, that's the best. Okay, I've been in the background, the media background for 20 years, right? And that part of what a platform like Twitch can provide, that second screen experience, is certainly what traditional sports has called it for 15 years at this point, right? When you're watching a sporting event and then you're holding your phone, what is on that phone, right? Or if you're putting up a laptop, what is on that laptop? How can they get your attention on another screen in addition to just watching the game? And I mean, we've talked about that, for a long time in the sports world. And so that's what it sounds like they're doing, is basically saying hey, if you're watching, WWE SmackDown, which I think in the US airs on Fox, can we do something else on Twitch that gives you something additional, right? Adds value while you're watching it. Or can you see a simulcast, or you just watch the whole thing on Twitch, right? So, and that's the best of the platforms, right? That's the really good side of being able to make more stuff available without using the one piece of real estate you have. And I'm speaking from a sports fan's perspective. I will always want to watch the main telecast for sports because it's my favorite way to watch the sport. But being able to go to other things when the game may not be as interesting, it's really cool. I love the national championship in college football in the U.S. They have what they call a mega cast with ESPN, because they have ESPN 1, ESPN 2, ESPN News. They have ESPNU. They have a whole bunch of these outlets that are actually on linear TV, right? What's actually on your television. And so they'll put different pieces of content around the national championship game on those places. And it's really helpful because you have a chance to see other things that you wouldn't actually get a chance to see. Like, they'll put people who are on the sidelines of each team's, for each team, and they'll be watching that game from that side of the stadium, which gives you an interesting perspective. So, yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. Like in a commercial break, you could switch from TV to mobile and check out backstage content whilst the commercials are happening. Absolutely. Or you could tune in because you like Wrestler A. Wrestler A does their match. You have no interest in Wrestler B and their next thing that comes out in the next block of the show, right? So you can stay with Wrestler A and watch their post-game or post-match interview or something like that. Yeah, absolutely. But it's not going to attract every person's eyeball, but it's going to be an option. And that's what's neat about that, is you can provide a bigger variety of options without affecting your primary thing, right? I like watching the coaches. That's another thing I like the megacast, is I like watching the coaches talk about the game. They'll get maybe 4 or 5 other Division I football coaches watching the actual national championship game and talking about things that they're noticing. And that's the most fascinating way, because I'm not super invested in Division I college football. So I usually don't really care about the outcome of the game. So to get that kind of insight while still getting to watch the game is really fun. So I wonder who will moderate chat. I can't imagine that will be a great place. Oh, in the WWE world? Yeah. Wrestling fans are fairly grumpy people. That's the reality of anything. I mean, you all are very awesome, because by and large, every single day we do the show, we have little to worry about with y'all. So thank you so much for being amazing. And again, subscribe to YouTube, youtube.com/gamingmorningshow. All right. The other thing to keep in mind, too, is no matter what happens with whatever, we've always long told you, just go to gamingmorningshow.tv. It's the number one thing to remember. So I'm not worried about it at all, because this is not a surprise to me. I'm disappointed that the requirements for multi-streaming have changed for everybody. I mean, part of the reason that we have never become affiliated is because we wanted to have that flexibility. And it sounds like, for whatever reason, they are deciding that that's something that should affect anybody who just happens to use their platform. And I was surprised by that. But we're also prepared for it as well. So we'll see what happens. If one day you go to twitch.tv/gamingmorningshow and we're not here, you know where to find us, gamingmorningshow.tv. All right, let's go ahead and do the news, the video game headlines you need to know, which is, as always, really awful when Sean's not here. But we're going to try our best. We'll randomly pick them from the website Sean usually picks from. And for that, as always, here's #VideoGameExpert Sean. Good morning. It's Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. This is your Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. I'm Sean. Hi, I'm Sean. Look at me. Look how Sean-like I am. So Sean. I got a red shirt on. Hey, Sean's wearing red. If you're playing bingo, that counts.
Sean, you're wearing red?
So just mark it down before Bob changes his mind. Okay. All right, we're going to start with Game Informer. I like this website probably the most out of the big websites that Sean uses for news, so we're going to go to Game Informer. We're going to look. There's a review about Super Mega Baseball 4, which is awesome. There's an exclusive feature on how to build a new Final Fantasy. So that's pretty cool. But let's give you Netflix news. This is from Wesley LeBlanc of Game Informer. Netflix highlights 5 new games coming to its platform, including Oxenfree 2, Lego Legacy, and more. Some of the other games are called Paper Trail, Cut the Rope Daily, and the Queen's Gambit Chess. There's already 60 games available for all subscribers of Netflix. These 5 games will join the lineup coming up this summer. You have Oxenfree 2. It's set to launch on July 12th. It's available on Switch, PlayStation 5 and 4 PC, and Mac via Steam, and exclusively for Netflix members on mobile. And then you have Queen's Gambit Chess. Queen's Gambit Chess. I've never watched this show, but this show is about chess, right? Cut the Rope Daily. Om is back. Cut the Rope was like one of the earliest success stories when it came to apps. There's going to be a new puzzle to solve every day, available exclusively for Netflix members. And then there's Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed. Players can collect and battle with more than 50 characters. So, King's Grey goes, Queen's what? I said Queen's Gambit Chest. It's fine. It's a new game from Netflix. You're going to love it. Speaking of Tailors, Men's Warehouse. You're going to love it. I guarantee it. All right. There you go. There's some video game news for you so far. All right. Let's see. IGN. We have a No Man's Sky update. No Man's Sky's new Singularity update is about AI corruption, according to Wesley Yin-Poole of IGN. This story came out earlier this morning. No Man's Sky, big update. It's about AI and robot uprising. Singularity forms a part of a much longer narrative arc, writes Wesley. The update out today in all formats is the 10th major update for the long-running exploration game. Players are investigating curious robot heads that are delivering cryptic clues. Across the galaxy, the story is about AI corruption and robotic uprising. Hello Games has teased, quote, strong hints of what's to come in No Man's Sky. There's a 5-week-long expedition. The whole community will be working with Nada and Polo on the space anomaly to try to breathe new life into the galaxy. So look for a No Man's Sky update, which is out there. I don't know. I didn't even see when that came out exactly, but it's out there soonish, probably. All right, story number 3 this morning. Activision is touting Diablo's fast-selling launch, but Polygon is asking, what does that mean? So if you'd like to read more about that, you can at polygon.com. Any other specific news in the game space? Let's see. Pikmin 4 news. Let's go with this one. This story came out yesterday. Pikmin 4 will let you make your own weird little guy, says Michael McWhorter of Polygon. Nintendo teases character creation. It's a mostly still mysterious new Pikmin. Maybe we don't know as much about it as we're supposed to. But welcome to a new detail. You can own your own custom character. A member of the Galactic Rescue Team, whose mission is to save the stranded Captain Olimar. Pikmin 4, which is similar to Splatoon 3 and Nintendo Switch Sports before it, is embracing character creation. Outside of character creation, there'll also be a new type of Pikmin, the Ice Pikmin, which can freeze enemies in bodies of water and more. It's slated to release on Switch July 21st. And it's one of the only confirmed Switch games on Nintendo's current release calendar, including Everybody 1-2 Switch. So there you go. Those are some of the games, the news headlines that you need to know. We need to switch to some of the games that are out today. What is releasing on this June 7th, 2023? I'm happy you asked because I'm clicking links as we speak. All right, let's see. New releases this week. On June 7th, 2023, please welcome to the world Angel Symphony, out today for Switch. Brain Show, out today for Switch. Espresso Tycoon. Garden City, out for Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Espresso Tycoon is out for PC, by the way. Inhabit is out today for Switch. Listeria Wars out for Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Nocturnal, out for PC, Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Slavic Punk Old Timers, out for PC. Terminal Velocity Boosted Edition is out for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. 2D and Top D, Xbox One and Xbox Series X. Zombie Soup is out for PC and Mac. So those are your games that are out today on this morning radio show that plays games. King Gray said Sean is spicy this morning. Yeah, Sean is loaded with a whole bunch of smoked paprika.
Smoked paprika is just barbecue.
There you go. So that's the Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. Not bad. 6:35 on this morning radio show that plays games. I will always be impressed by Sean's ability to do the news in puppet form. I mean, name one other, I dare you, name one other person you can find on streaming platforms like Twitch and YouTube and such who can give you the news in puppet form. I fail to come up with one. I'm going to blow my nose just a second. Oh my gosh, that's significantly better. I can breathe, chat. I can breathe. That's good. That's good. All right, there you go. That's the Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News. If Sean does not join us for the 7 o'clock hour, then this will be a 2-hour show today, which is a kind of a bummer because I was very excited to play Kiwi, which is the game we found on PlayStation Plus to play in the final hour crew. We had a lot of fun with that last week, but of course, alas, if we don't, then we will play it coming up next Wednesday. On Thursday, tomorrow's show, we're going to have our name of the month for the month of May, which was Nosy Little Fly. That's going to be our debut. So for King Gray, congratulations, my friend. You will not have to persevere through another Where Is My Cat episode. We will instead just give that to you. Meow. So you can play the at-home version. So let's see. Keith Anthony says you can also watch games from a referee point of view. Oh, interesting. They started doing that thing in the UK Premier League on some matches where they've started to mic up the referee. Have they done the referee miking on a person who is on main TV, or is that like a side thing that you can watch on a second screen? That's interesting. Yeah, alternative views. Some people don't like watching football from the traditional broadcast view. And part of that, I think, is influenced because of Madden. And a lot of people have watched football from the vertical, right? But it's not my favorite way to watch the game, but some people prefer that, so they have like sky cam only, where they watch the game up the field. So good morning and nice chat to Groggy or Die.
Nice chat.
Yeah, we have some things ready to go for you if you want to play ! Bingo.
Sean, you're wearing red? And Hefty has a UK hat on.
And that is for your city. Yes, Groggy, it's repoing your new city. I am retaking Lexington. It is mine. You may have thought you have had it, but it is mine. I will keep it. Honestly, I wasn't going to wear this hat with this this zip up today, but it turns out I didn't have the hat I thought I did out here in the studio, so I wore the one that was, and that's this UK hat. So, I mean, I did it for you, Groggy. Yeah, yeah. Which, what am I saying? This was definitely for Groggy and not a complete accident. I hope you're settling in though to your new city. Pretty okay. All right, it's a 6:39 on this morning radio show that plays games. Ordinarily, we would say hi to the animals behind Sean, but instead, Bear Bear is going to enjoy the weather today, and it's going to go outside and do whatever Bear Bear does.
Where's your shirt, Bear Bear?
So instead, what we'll tell you is what we're tracking at this hour on this morning radio.
You can lose if you wanna.
Morning radio show that plays games. We'll start with a story that comes to you from Ben Hooper of UPI. Please check out the Odd News Minute. It's the daily podcast from Ben Hooper, where they look at some of the awe-inspiring stories of the day, and they share them with you. It's the Odd News Minute, available from UPI. All right, first story takes us to an extremely rare orange lobster that was caught in Maine. The story talks about a fishing crew off the shore of Maine that found a red lobster, an ultra-rare red lobster. I said red lobster. That's the name of a restaurant. This one is actually an orange lobster. That's why it's a headline. Oh, hefty. Ultra rare orange lobster. Red lobsters are surprisingly common. You can find them in the phone book. Decided to donate the crustacean to the University of New England. Captain Greg Turner and his crew caught the lobster while fishing aboard the boat Deborah and Megan. Excuse me, Mr. Turner. Do you believe in ghost stories? Because you're in one. This is, quote, the best time I've ever seen. Quote, this is the first time I've ever seen one. And second time Captain Greg has, said one of the crew to the Portland Press Herald. It's pretty exciting. Orange lobsters are believed to account for only 1 in 30 million lobsters. Wow. Making them 30 times more uncommon than blue lobsters. Oh. Is red. Oh, yeah, I'm not smart. Red lobsters are only that way because they got cooked. The lobster's not naturally red, hefty. Ugh. My brain was like, oh yeah, they're usually red. No, they're only red when they're cooked. The crew donated the lobster to the University of New England for study. Researchers said the lobster is missing a claw, and studying how the claw grows back could offer them some answers as to the origins of the orange coloration. Quote, one of the things we're going to be able to see here is that her color due to genetics, or is it due to environment? As she grows it back, it's going to be the gorgeous orange, or it's going to be a different color. So there you go. That's something that's new and what we're tracking at this hour on this morning radio show that plays games. Thank you for being here. We're playing a competitive match of Rocket League this morning, and we're off to a hot start. We're starting with a competitive match because I have some achievements still to unlock, and it requires playing on the competitive playlist. So since we don't have Sean this morning, maybe that's the best way to go. All right, it's great to see you. Thank you for being here. Does he have a relative named Stanley? Man, Flat Stanley made an appearance in my life. And I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was for my kids. I don't think my kids have gone through the Flat Stanley phase. But I'm not entirely sure. I want to say it was for somebody else's family. Like, they had a Flat Stanley because they were doing like a preschool thing. Flat Stanley's this character. I think it's a book character. And then you cut out Stanley and you put him on a popsicle stick. And you take him to places and take pictures with him in places. I think that's kind of the gist. Do I have that right, Groggy? And so I've had Flat Stanley take a photo with me before. but I don't remember in what context. Yeah, it's a book. Flat Stanley is a book. And, like, it's played often, or, like, read often during, like, early childhood education. And I think the whole goal is to, like, try to learn about, you know, different places in the world, right? So you, like, take Flat Stanley to, like, the grocery store and stuff. So. It's a book and an experience. It's a bonus. I thought you couldn't leave competitive matches. I thought that was the whole reason you play in the competitive playlist. I was all excited. I'm like, at least we're not going to have a forfeit. Is it just us versus this one person? Well, here's a way to pad some stats. Wow, my teammate just made an unintentional save on me. Yeah, it's just us against this one person. Yeah, I think one of our teammates is trying to make it so that we don't just score at will here. Yeah, I think Josephat is now an imposter. Maybe not. Now I'm not so sure. That's hilarious. Yeah, I think basically you could go anywhere with an envelope. Oh, that's a cool premise. Yeah, listen, I never got too much into that. We didn't do that era with our children, but it was really cool to see, like, kids get a kick out of, you know, us taking a picture with Flat Stanley. So. Nice shot. Man, we've had so many saves by our teammates. It's amazing. This might be a record-setting performance by Old Hefty. Just working on my shots on goal, I suppose. Oh no, see now there's an... Now, oh, the person returned to the game, so it's not an AI. They're just reconnected all of a sudden. Okay. Well, this person's pretty good. Yeah, look at that. Scoring goals, taking names. All right, we got birthdays coming up after this. Birthdays this day in gaming history. So if you have someone you know celebrating your birthday, please let us know. It's National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. So in addition to asking you about our topic of the day, which is National Tailors Day, and we asked you what's the best clothing story you've ever had, we are asking you about other topics of the day. Chocolate ice cream, better than vanilla ice cream. Changed my mind. Like, if you're gonna have ice cream, you gotta go chocolate. But I've also made my stance on vanilla well known. Nice shot. Whoa! Best clothing story. My best clothing story had to do with going to the bookstore my very first year of college and them having an anniversary sale. I don't know if this is something they did every year or if it was just that one year because it was like a milestone type anniversary. I don't know if they did this, you know, for each 1 year anniversary or if they did this for multiple, like 5, 10, 15 year anniversaries. Like, I don't know what the plan is, but I happened to show up and they had a whole bunch of balloons up on the ceiling. And your idea was to go about your shopping, pick out the items that you wanted, and when you got to the checkout, you were supposed to bring them one of your balloons, and then they would pop it, and they would tell you what your discount was. Well, old Hefty decided to try to see if I could take a preview of the balloons, meaning could I look through like the exterior and see maybe a number or an idea of a number, and get a good heads up on what kind of discount we were looking at. And I happened to find a 90% off balloon. So we ended up getting some stuff. And it was great. Found a lot of fun stuff that day. I don't know if that ruined the anniversary sale for everybody or not, but we enjoyed our time. All right, look at that. We won the game competitively. Competitive, and Hefty was old MVP. 4 goals in this game, but we also played, for the large part of that, 3v1.5. So, yeah. But, you know, I haven't done my placements yet, so that's gonna help me get in the upper echelon of competitive relative to where I actually should belong. 6:49 West Coast time. It's 9:49 out east. It's 2:49 for those watching GMS in the UK. Doo-doo-doo. Thank you for being here. We may see Sean in the final or the next hour. We may not. Also, it just kind of depends on how Sean's doing. I know Sean was playing baseball yesterday. Is out in the weather. Allergies have been kind of kicking Sean's butt as of late, and so I'm not surprised if Sean just decided that today was a day that he's just going to sleep in. So, all right, let's do birthdays of Staying Gaming History. If you have your birthday to celebrate, please let us know, because here at Gaming Morning Show, we would like to celebrate with you. Celebrity birthdays is where we start, because I did not have a list of audience birthdays today. Happy birthday again yesterday to Optimus Rhyme 1 and to Wage Gaming, the artist formerly known as Wage Gaming. Today, celebrity birthdays wise, singer Tom Jones turns 83. It's not unusual to turn 83. That's the song from the well-known Carlton dance. This is a fun fact, was that the coronation of King Charles was a guest there. I found a video that I was editing of a basketball coach like trying to show their players how to like muscle through tight defense, and so she kind of moved her arms back and forth in a motion that looks like the Carlton dance. So I sped up the footage and sent it to them with her doing the Carlton dance. It was hilarious. So thank you, Tom Jones, for that, I suppose. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you need. But today is my birthday. My name is Liam Neeson. I turned 71. Fun fact, apparently once worked for Guinness, according to Cleveland.com. That is a pretty fun fact. But what did Liam do for Guinness? Was Liam Neeson a brewmaster? Was Liam Neeson the gatekeeper of the record books? Guess we'll never know. Rocker Dave Navarro turns 56 today. Fun fact, mom worked as a model on the game show Let's Make a Deal. Cleveland.com is on fire with fun facts today. This is where Sean's going to be really upset that Sean wasn't here today, because we actually have legitimately high quality fun facts today. Let's Make a Deal. That came back, right? Wayne Brady was the host of it for a good amount of time, if not still. If you were to tell me tomorrow that Wayne Brady's still hosting Let's Make a Deal on like legitimate daytime television in the US, I would believe it. This one was kind of a throwback because Sean referenced Karl Urban on a prior Gaming Morning Show. It was not in the birthday segment. This happened in just last like 2 or 3 months. And I was like, who's Karl Urban? Because my brain only went to Keith Urban, the country singer. And he's like, you'll know Karl Urban if you see him. I was like, sure I will. And sure enough, yeah, I saw Karl Urban. I was like, oh yeah, I know who that is. So anyway, today Karl Urban turns 51, the actor. Portrayed Eomer Eomer in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That's kind of embarrassing because I actually have seen the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy, but it was very long. Comedian Bill Hader is 45 today. Fun fact, once appeared in an SNL skit on The Office. Okay, now is that fun or is that dumb? So, did Bill Hader appear in a skit that was supposed to be an SNL skit in the Office world? If that's the case, okay, that's a fun fact. But if he was a member of a skit about the Office on SNL, then yeah, he was on the SNL cast. I'm guessing it's the former, and if that's the case, that's kind of interesting. So, yeah. I wonder what that premise of that Office episode was. Today, actor Michael Cera is 35. Middle name is Austin. Actor Michael Austin Cera.
Austin, a vampire, born in 1933.
No, not Austin Attack 12. This is Michael Austin Cera.
Wait, Austin, your mom is here?
Bob doesn't understand. It's okay, buddy. Rapper Iggy Azalea turns 33 today. Served as a judge on The X Factor in 2016. I have not watched The X Factor. I have seen some pretty good highlights of The X Factor on short form media like TikTok, YouTube, but I have not seen an actual full episode of The X Factor. Is The X Factor a fun watch? Actress and model Emily Ratajkowski turns 32. Fun fact, once appeared in a music video for Maroon 5. Keith Anthony says, I fell asleep during The Lord of the Rings when I watched it in the theater. I also had a really hard time with The Lord of the Rings. It was a very long amount of time for me to have my attention span. And I struggled. Wasn't Lord of the Rings' fault. It was mine.
We've got a drummer birthday.
There are a lot of birthdays on June 7th, but today our drummer birthday is Eric Kretz of Stone Temple Pilots, 57 years old today. But there's so many more. There's TV personality Bear Grylls, Man vs. Wild, is 49 today. Actor Larissa Olenek from Third Rock and the Sun, From the Sun and Boy Meets World, is 42 today. Prince had a birthday on June 7th. So did Dean Martin. Huh. I thought there was significantly more than that I expected to see below the fold, but maybe we covered a lot of those above the fold with our initial birthdays. Good morning and nice chat to Mel B on YouTube and to Scott Chick. It's great to see you both this morning. Yeah, today is Allen Iverson's birthday. Fetty Wap has a birthday today. Okay. That's pretty good. I'm satisfied with that. Let's move into this day in gaming history, as we have what we call a speed run of this day in gaming histories to get to this morning. We're going to start with the year 2004. And this is where the speed run actually begins. I wish I had speed run like music, like something a little more peppy than this. But I don't think I have anything that's like quickly available. I have the game show bed, so we'll go with that. The unique music for this speed run of this day in gaming history. It's time for everyone's favorite game. What happened this day in gaming history for Nintendo-related products in the year 2004? Woo! Clap, 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 clap. Boop. Bob is happy about it. 2004, Nintendo releases The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventure for GameCube in the US. 2004, Nintendo releases the Game Boy Advance SP and classic NES controller-style colors in the US, priced about $100. In 2004, Nintendo releases the Super Mario Bros. Video game for the Game Boy Advance in the US. 2004, Nintendo releases the Donkey Kong video game for the Game Boy Advance in the US. 2004, Nintendo releases the Ice Climber video game for the Game Boy Advance in the US. 2004, Nintendo releases the Pac-Man video game for the Game Boy Advance in the US. 2004, Nintendo releases the Bomberman video game for the Game Boy Advance in the US. 2004, Nintendo releases the Legend of Zelda video game for the Game Boy Advance in the US. 2004, Nintendo releases the Excitebike video game for the Game Boy Advance in the US. 2004, Nintendo releases the Xavius video game for the Game Boy Advance in the US. 2004, Sega releases the Sonic Advance 3 video game for the Game Boy Advance in the US. And that completes this episode of It Happened This Day in Video Game History for Nintendo related products in 2004. In 2005, THQ releases the Juiced video game for PlayStation 2 and Xbox. 2011, it ran until June 9th in Los Angeles. It was the Electronic Entertainment Expo. It was held in 2011 at the Electronic Entertainment Expo. Nintendo announces the Nintendo Wii U video game system. This is why Sean isn't here.
We don't talk about Wii U.
This whole time I was wondering why Sean is only in puppet form. It's because today was the announcement of the Wii U video game system. Tablet-like controller that featured a 6.2-inch high resolution touchscreen display, dual circle PDAs, plus control pad, ABXY and LRZ buttons, camera, speakers, and a microphone. I love that old classic song. I've got a 6.2-inch high resolution touchscreen and a microphone. 2011, at the Electronic Entertainment Exposition, Sony announces the name of the new PlayStation Portable model. It would be known as PlayStation Vita. The release price would be $249.99. And in 2011, Sony Entertainment releases the infamous 2 video game that was available for the PlayStation 3. So there you go. There you go. That is your This Day in Gaming History. Those are your birthdays, and this is Gaming Morning Show. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Good morning, and nice chat to Gabe Pride. Gabe Pride is here this morning. It's fantastic to see you.
Nice chat.
D. Martin was one of my favorite artists, said Keith Anthony, 89. Mel B said, celebrated National Running Day. That didn't last but 1 minute. I was out of breath. Good morning to you, Mel B. It's good to see you today. Scott Chick is our official deputy cat petter.
A warm welcome to our deputy cat petter, Scott Chick.
Hope everything is going well as little Chick is about to be here. What did we name little Chick yesterday? I'm sure you're kind of over. I imagine you're kind of over everybody telling you what your kid is going to be named. But anyway, best of luck down the home stretch, as it sounds like you're pretty ready to go. So yeah, good luck. Good luck.
The Nintendogs live under Scott Chick's bed.
Bring your Game Boy Advance, DS, and play some Nintendogs. Sure, you'll have extra time, right? He was called Little Poop yesterday. I don't believe the official stance of Gaming Morning Show was to name Scott Chick Little Poop, but maybe it was. I don't know. Sometimes I can't even keep track of the show, and I'm on it.
Well, there it is. The first poop mention of the day. Mark it down. Sorry, Hoff-Brew.
All right, I'll come back with more. It's going to be an extended break. We'll have more Gaming Morning Show on the way, list of the day, and sports next hour. If Sean's not here at the very beginning, then we'll be wrapping up at 8 a.m. Pacific time. This morning, we'll play Don't Let the Person Floating from the Balloons Fall in the Monster's Mouth tomorrow instead. Thank you for being here. It's Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. GamingMorningShow.tv.
But I've gotta be strong. I don't wanna know if you feel it too. Your chances are gone. And I don't need you anymore.
selling for like $400 on eBay.
Yeah, there's, and there's some that are, like new, like they're still manufacturing them, but because there's no demand and it's more of a niche thing, the new ones are also very expensive.
It's bizarre.
So interesting.
Thank you for being here, Jack. It's good to see you this morning. Coming up, we'll tell you a story about a Minnesota power outage that was caused by a squirrel. We'll also tell you about an overturned truck that cost 7,700 pounds of frozen pies. And then an Iditarod dog. That sounds funny. Which was found months after disappearing from a checkpoint. So we'll have those stories coming up for you.
I did her dog.
An Iditarod.
This nothing was specifically mentioned, but stuff that's in the works for Capcom that we could learn more about, other than Street Fighter 6, Resident Evil 4 remake, is Resident Evil Village VR or Resident Evil Village DLC, which we don't know much about. There's also the Resident Evil Reverse floating around there that we could learn more about, or Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which we could learn more about. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, Capcom's event on Monday is definitely worth checking out.
I didn't know about the Resident Evil Uno mashup where you can play reverse cards. Resident Evil Reverse.
It's the follow-up to Resident Evil Draw 2.
Don't get me started on Resident Evil Skip.
I skipped that one.
Burgerville's gonna have a new line of commercials out. It's like the burger you get before a mugging.
That's just their new identity. They're just gonna go all in.
Gray noticed our teammate's name. Did you notice our teammate's name?
Yep.
So
It's you.
So when you watch the replays, it always shows you as your label, and this person's using you as their username. So now, when you watch the replay of someone scoring, it'll show both you and you. You scored!
Oh.
No, you scored!
You passes it to you.
On my screen, there's two U's flying at the ball.
Yes.
Wow, you want to lock that one in?
Sure do.
When Bob plays the didgeridoo, your answer is in fact locked in. And yesterday, the New York Mets did win 11-5
Yes.
over San Diego at Petco Park.
Nice.
Man, the Mets, I feel like scoring double digits, like 4 out of every 5 games.
Yeah. When they're hot, they're real hot.
National League standings, Mets have the best record in the NL by 3 wins over the Dodgers and lead the NL East over the Braves, the defending World Series champions, by 9 games. Wow.
Jeez. Insurmountable, some might say.
Yeah, I'm so sorry,
There's
Mike.
no way they can blow this one.
I'm so sorry, Mike. There is absolutely, I'm declaring June 7th, 2022, there is no way the Mets will lose this league. He does doctor stuff. He has a bear. He has a cat that talks to ghosts. It's a pretty wide-ranging talent base that you have.
Yeah, it's just your normal stuff. A bear who's so good he's named twice, and a cat that doesn't love me anymore. He never comes to visit me.
We miss you, Arturo. Where are you? Why won't you
I
ever
feel-
talk
I
to Sean?
I feel like a parent whose child has left and has their own life now, and you never call, you never visit, you never jump on my desk anymore.
You have kitten or kitty empty nest syndrome.
Empty desk syndrome.
Wienerina, such an unusual dog, so spooky and long. Wienerina, with the wag of her tail, on wings she set sail through the night. She'd like to play with the other ones, but she's frightened of the sun. All she wants is a little love and a little bit of blood. Wienerina, at midnight digging up bones with her pet snake Ramon. Wienerina, her doghouse looks like a tomb. By the light of the moon, she sneaks out. She'd like to fetch a ball and play, but the children see her and they run away. Hear her barking in the night. All she wants is love and a little bite. Wienerina.
Hey, it's me. I'm Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time anywhere, by things, it's Ryan, Hefty Goof, Sean, Look It's Mike. No, Sean is Voice.Gaming, and I am Look It's Mike O. We are your performers of the Mad Libs, the Puppet Pals.
Not everyone's on screen, so Ryan's gonna fix that. Don't worry.
Chaos.
No, everything's fine. This is exactly how this was supposed to go. What the hell is that? Keep singing the song. Keep singing the song.
What is that?
Keep singing the song. Sean, I can't frame your puppet. Put your damn puppet on the screen. Thank you. I like how I'm acting like this is Sean's fault.
I can't believe I messed everything up.
Yeah, geez, Sean. What were you thinking?
I just hit my arm.
Okay. No, the background's moving. Stop. This is just like we rehearsed it. Yeah, we did it, chat. Woo! We're all on the screen together. Keep singing the song. Why is the song stopping so? All right.
Win $10 next Monday with exclamation point bingo. Type exclamation point bingo in chat right now and get this hour's bingo card. Coming up on Gaming Morning Show, List of the Day, and Sports. Find GMS on Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and GamingMorningshow.tv. It's all coming up on Gaming Morning Show. Time for hour number 2. Right now.
morning, gamer! Welcome back. Gaming Morning Show continues. So glad that you could be along with us wherever you may be, Facebook Gaming, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. It is the final hour of today's show, as we're going to run up right until 8 a.m. Pacific time. Sean's out today. I am Hefty Goof. It's a pleasure to see you. Thank you for being part of it this morning. Let's go here and add that into title. Bam. But thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you along for the ride on said platforms. Always fun to see everybody. It's been a good show so far. National Tailors Day. We're asking, what is your best clothing experience? If you have an answer to that question, you can exclamation point bingo. And if it is on your list, I answered the topic of the day, then you're in good shape. So, all right. Otherwise, no real complaints. I did play a pretty cracked game of Rocket League earlier because we were in the competitive playlist and then we had some people drop out.
Correct.
So, you know, when you're 3v1.5 people, then
Cracked.
being cracked is pretty easy. Also going to have your list of the day coming up. I have no clue what it is yet. I wasn't prepared to find it this morning. So we'll just kind of make it up on the fly and it'll be pretty okay. King Gray is here this morning. Enjoyed the fact that we played some Wien Arena during the break. Also Gabe Pride, Scott Chick, Keith Anthony 89 is here as well. We've seen Groggy or Die. We've seen Melby on YouTube. Escape Reality. We've seen Drew Mega. I am JF Diamond Downs, based on Downs' tweets of how good Downs' Apex Legends squad is. It's great to see so many of you. Chat FM has been here this morning as well. And anyone I missed who's listening or lurking, thank you for being part of the show. Also, a big shout out to Look It's Maiko as we played that Puppet Pals clip from the very first episode of doing Puppet Pals Mad Libs. So that was pretty okay as well. Downs goes, I am Diamond, baby. Yeah, I think you should change your name to I am JF Diamond Downs. But then again, if you did that, then you'd have to change it to I am JF Masters Downs, or I am Masters JF Downs, or I am JF Downs. I don't know what the right place to put that is. But yeah, although, you know, maybe you're going to become a pred at this point, because I've heard that there are more Masters players at this stage of an Apex Legends ranked season, as there's more of them than there are Diamond and like Platinum. So yeah, you're crushing it right now, Downs. What is it? Hashtag rat stars to masters. Whatever it takes. There it is. There it is right there. Surprisingly, I haven't had a chance to play any ranked Apex Legends so far this season, but hopefully in the maybe not near future, but maybe before the season's up, I'll have a chance. I am doing better though on my battle pass progression, because I don't want to have to get to the end of the season and be like, I have so much battle pass work to do. So that's a win in my opinion. Yeah, list of the day coming up. Sports as well. Yesterday, Stanley Cup final game was played, I believe. No, maybe that was a couple days ago. Game 3's tonight, maybe? What day is it? It's Wednesday. Yeah. So yesterday, there was no final or finals games. NBA Finals resumes tonight. Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Finals coming up on Thursday. So we'll play a little bit of Did the Mets Win? We'll have that coming up in sports as well. I'm going to play a couple more Rocket League games today. Among the days of the day, it's Chocolate Ice Cream Day, as I mentioned. It is also National Benjamin Day, National Elias Day, and National Alexandra Day, if you know people. And then we also had a clip from this time last year. We talked about National VCR Day. We played that during the break. And the one thing I didn't realize, chat, was that we had found a story of someone buying a VCR on eBay for like thousands of dollars. But then Sean did point out that you can actually find VCRs at like regular standard prices too. So anyway, I found that a very interesting memory this day in gaming, or this day in GMS history rather. Good morning to businesses. It's great to see you. Thank you for being here for the Wednesday edition of this show. We're going to play some Rocket League. Sean is out today. Has been doing a lot. Sean, I think, has been averaging like 3 hours of sleep per night for several weeks. And so not surprised to see after allergies have been taking their toll. Where we live in this state, it's like the worst place in the United States right now for pollen counts. Someone found a map yesterday. I think it was Hefty Wife. and the map showed said worst places for pollen counts in the country, and where we live was the only red spot on the entire map. So those who suffer from seasonal allergies, and I don't use the word suffer lightly, because watching Sean during seasonal allergies season, like, Sean is struggling, and you may notice even on the show, like, there might be some more nose sniffs and some more cough breaks. That's definitely the case, because it's hard to do this kind of thing, talking to a microphone while you're also, like, having struggle breathing. So hefty pollen. Wasn't my fault. I know what you mean. Lots of pollen. There's hefty pollen. Nice shot. Mel B, I'm going to go on a motorcycle ride. Have a fantastic motorcycle ride. I hope you have a great time. Thank you for being part of the show this morning. If anyone has a clothing story that they'd like to share, I shared how I found a 90% off balloon by accident, wink, during an anniversary sale my freshman year of college, and ended up getting a good amount of stuff at 90% off. That was probably my best clothing, like, shopping experience. But I also talked about, like, the one time that I was able to use a tailor, and that was pretty cool too. Like, Keith Anthony talked about having, like, a suit that was used for both wedding A, which I think Keith said was Keith's wedding, but then also later on for the sister's wedding. And that was the cool magic about tailor, having a tailor, is being able to get the suit kind of let out for me so I could wear it in two different versions of myself. Oh, man. I thought I had that one. Get in there. That might be an assist. Ah, I thought I had a chance. All right, tied 1-1, 1-1, 2 minutes left in this game of Rocket League. Man, I thought I had one there. It's too bad. Yeah, chocolate ice cream. Better than vanilla ice cream. Now, vanilla ice cream with chocolate sauce is fine. Like, there's not anything inherently wrong with it. But it's just, I like chocolate ice cream so much better. If for some reason it has, like, more of a depth of flavor. Like, I don't know if that's attributed to creaminess or what, but, like, each second of chocolate ice cream versus having, like, vanilla bean ice cream, it's like a better experience. So
Vanilla is great, and Hefty is wrong about vanilla.
like, it's one of the easiest desserts for me to pass up. Ice cream in general is, but especially vanilla ice cream. All right, come on, someone score that. Nice try. Get in there. Nice setup. Oh. All right, someone score that one. So close. 1 minute to go, tied 2 apiece. Oh, get in there. Nice work. Do they have all 3 goals? They do. Cracked. And I'm over 100 points. All right, let's try to wrap it up. 45 seconds left. Can we do it? Sis, thank you for the hypeness, as always. Even when Sis isn't saying things, my brain knows that Sis is saying things, even though it turns out that Sis was actually saying something. Oh, man. Morning, gamers. Good morning to you, Brendan. It's great to see you. Thank you for being here. Nice chat on this Wednesday.
Nice chat!
I appreciate you being along for the ride. Check out Brendan playing Tears of the Kingdom at twitch.tv/hey, it's Brendan _. I know last week Brendan was kind enough to let us know when you can watch those shows specifically. Also, to you, Gabe Pride, I was surveying the old Twitter world and saw that you're on the injured list. And so may you have the speediest of recoveries soon. Gabe had some hand mishap. So that, which, by the way, I one time sliced my hand with a knife, and I don't do well with blood. And as far as I was told by Hefty Wife, the seriousness of the cut was far less than what it felt like for me. Nice shot. And as a result, I overreacted. But it was still terrifying. I was like, it's to the bone. We got to go to the hospital. And Hefty Wife's like, just go over there and ice it for a second. So we did. I'm seeing something on my screen. I see, hey, it's Brendan going, Gabe, I hope you had a good birthday. Which then made me go into my calendar and type words like Gabe and Pride, and I'm not seeing a birthday. So now I'm wondering, did I miss something in the Discord once upon a time? Gabe Pride, when was your birthday? Because I feel like we had it, but now, because I don't remember clearly, my brain's starting to give me second thoughts. Looking at my week-by-week calendar. Gabe Pride. I may not have it on our calendar. Which could be an administrative oversight from the Department of Fulfillment. Thank you, Fulfillment. Immediately, probably. So, Gabe Pride. Brendan, now I'm going to say that just to bamboozle you. You should, because if you do, it'll work every time, because I'm very, very good at trying to be organized and missing the mark often. So to you, Gabe Pride, probably, it's your birthday song. It isn't very long. So seriously, Brendan, message me after the show and let me know exactly what day it is so I can put it on the calendar. I'd appreciate that very much. Thank you. Let's do list of the day. All right, it's National Tailors Day. Here's some fun facts from nationaltoday.com. National Tailors Day is celebrated each year on the first Wednesday of June. The tailoring... Oh, it is the first Wednesday of June. How about that? I thought that was a typo, but yeah, last Wednesday was the 31st of May. The tailoring industries of many countries have played an important role in the country's economic progress. This day celebrates those specialists who create, modify, and restore old clothes so they can fit their individual customers perfectly. We as customers should show our gratitude toward tailors on this day. National Tailor Day is accepted and celebrated on the first Wednesday in June. Brilliant creator Elias Howe invented the sewing machine. Oh, is that why it's also maybe National Elias Day? As he himself worked in a weaving factory, he was used to working long hours. He decided to ease the laborers' work pressure and also increase the factory's productivity, and that's why he invented the sewing machine. In 1845, his creation is referred to as one of the most important industrial inventions ever made in the history of mankind. I will admit, we did a trip to Nashville, Tennessee, and there's this area where they used to make Marathon brand cars. Marathon brand cars. And I don't remember Marathon brand, but the person who bought kind of the factory area of Nashville that Marathon used to own ended up like setting out a lot of the equipment that was found and kind of restoring it. So it's almost a museum as well. And we found a whole lot of really cool, like old sewing machines. Marathon was manufacturing cars there in like the 1910s. So if the sewing machine was created in 1845, those certainly had to be some of the, older, not the beginning, but some of the older sewing machines that have ever been made, which was kind of cool. So, all right, Tailors top 10 list. Let's see what we get. There's a list of different tailors, best tailoring brands in the world, best tailors in America, 14 most famous tailors of all time, 10 tailors you should follow on Instagram. I guess honestly for the purposes of like historical context, let's go with 14 most famous tailors of all time for your list of the day on Gaming Morning Show. This comes to you courtesy of wonderlabel.com. If you're playing exclamation point bingo, which you definitely should because it's free and you get $10 on Monday's Gaming Morning Show. This is a unique or wacky URL.
Yes.
For the purposes of this game. Wonderlabel.com. WUNDER label.com. Here are 10 famous tailors from around the world. They write off, some tailors are just born with an inexplicable knack of fashion and an eye for turning a simple sheet of drab fabric into a fabulous masterpiece just waiting to be worn. Of those tailors, a few have earned the title of being some of the most famous. So number one is Jacob W. Davis, 1831 to 1908, credited for inventing modern jeans. Okay, but I thought wasn't like Levi Strauss the one that did jeans? Did I just learn something new? He invented jeans by using sturdy cloth and rivets to strengthen weak points in the seams and partnered with Levi Strauss to mass produce them. Interesting. Number 2 on this list. Oswald Boating. Remembered for his intuitive fusion of high-end modern design with the cut, color, and fabric of traditional classic British tailoring. Number 3. Sir Edwin Hardy Ames. He is best known as the official dressmaker for Queen Elizabeth II.
4.
Richard James. Richard James is best known for setting the standard for contemporary menswear and tailoring with its leading luxury. All right, this is gonna be a very fast list of the day.
5.
Is it Jeeves and Hawks? G-I-E-V-E-S. Jeeves and Hawks. The company stands as one of the oldest continual bespoke tailoring companies in the world, providing ready-to-wear, bespoke, and military tailoring. What is bespoke tailoring? All right, here we go. Bespoke tailoring or custom tailoring is clothing made to an individual buyer's specifications by a tailor. Okay. Cifanelli, creator of the world's...
6.
Cifanelli, creator of the world's renowned brand, was passionate about chic Italian elegance, and the company continues to revamp the jacket.
7.
William Fioravanti, known as the best in bespoke custom tailoring, he received the Golden Scissors from the Academy of Master Tailors in Italy.
How many wins?
I'm not going to play that game. Not a chance. Am I playing how many wins for the Golden Scissors of the Academy of Master Tailors in Italy? Downs guessed 4. Nice. All right. Number 8 in this list of famous tailors.
8.
Kiton. Founded in Naples, Italy, Kiton provides luxurious ready-to-wear and made-to-measure clothing. Okay. Number 9.
9.
Caruso created a timeless collection of suits which boast the perfect fit and finest Italian tailoring culture.
1. 0.
And finally, MP de Massimo Piombo. The company's collections offer a style message that captures consumers with its intensity and reflection on contemporary culture. I have no clue what I just read, chat, but there you go. There is a list of things you should know about tailoring, possibly. I honestly don't know if there was any value to you at all in that list of the day, but you know what? For the first time in Gaming Morning Show history, our list of the day with Sean absent actually might have been worse than me trying to make the news with Sean absent. Because when Sean's not here, the news that I make is pretty weak. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just looking up lists, or not lists, I'm looking up articles on the places where Sean usually goes and failing horribly. So, all right, good morning to Ash. Thank you for being here this morning. We are talking about National Tailors Day. This is the last hour of the show. We usually go up until 9 a.m. Pacific time, but Sean is out today, so I'm holding the fort down solo and currently trying to paste a link in the chat for you. So if you would like to see this list that I just shared with you, you can. It again is from Wonder Label, part of the most famous tailors of all time. Which, again, I don't know much about tailors at all, so there you go. Quiet says, I don't know what I read right there was #1 hit by my band in high school. Good morning and nice chat to you, Quiet.
Nice chat.
Thank you for being here. I am Hefty Goof. We are going to wrap things up at 8 a.m. Pacific time today. We have sports coming up in about 15 minutes from now. Earlier, we told you the story of an extremely rare orange lobster that was caught in Maine. And so it's time to track what we're tracking at this hour.
You can news if you wanna.
On this morning radio show that plays games, and this has to do with party goers who are able to help out with a plane that was sinking. This is according to Ben Hooper of UPI. Police are investigating a small plane on an Ontario beach. They learned the aircraft had sank overnight, was fished out of the water by nearby partygoers. There you go. This is from Ben Hooper of UPI. Police said that they found out it was fished out by beach partygoers, in fact, bachelor partygoers. South Simcoe Police said officers responded to a call about a small plane in the sand at a beach park in the town of Innisfil. Police learned a 31-year-old man had flown the plane in from Ottawa the previous day to attend a bachelor party and left the plane docked overnight. The pilot was alerted at 6:30 a.m. the following morning that the plane had become unmoored, and was sinking into the water. Partygoers were roused from sleep and jumped into action, entering the water and dragging the aircraft to the beach. The pilot had a mechanic attend to fix the damage, then flew home with quite a story to tell. Police said no one was injured in the incident. There you go. It happened, according to Ben Hooper of UPI. London in the 60s was one of the leading clothing trend cities. Loved to have been around them in them days. That's according to Chat FM. Yeah, there was a lot of it seemed UK inspiration in that list that we shared with you from wonderlabel.com. Chat says taking fishing in a completely new plane. Get it? Get it? Plane. Get it? That's good. I like that a lot. Yeah, what a story to tell. I'm happy that the plane was okay. Kudos to the person who ended up alerting everybody that the plane was sinking as well. I wonder why it was sinking. If the thing can float, what's the difference between it being, on the shore, like actually like tied up, versus being in the middle of the water? Maybe waves were, I don't know how it works. I kind of always wanted to learn how to fly small planes. mostly for the reason that that person experienced, which was, you know, hey, we got this thing going on in this place. Can you attend? Yeah, sure. I'll just take my plane. Oh, narrow missed. I'll get my coat, Chat FM. Nice work. Nice work. Fishing in a whole new plane. I really wish I would have hit that more straight. But we scored anyway. Anyone here got a pilot license? I do not. My grandfather used to fly, and that was part of the reason that I liked that idea. From Montana to Eastern Washington, they could fly in like an hour and a half, and my family would go and like basically have like Saturday morning breakfast in a whole different state, which I thought always sounded really cool. I also will admit that I got a little discouraged, and potentially for no reason, that I wouldn't be able to get a pilot's license because I didn't have 20/20 vision. I had one of these impressions from probably some like anecdote that I heard that may or may not have been accurate, that you had to have 20/20 vision to be a pilot. And I'm guessing that that's not true, because since I've told people that, I've had others tell me that they don't know if that's necessarily accurate. So if I hadn't heard that, then perhaps I would have pursued it. But I do remember being told, I never saw the plane. My grandpa had sold it by the time that I existed in this world. It was more during my father's time growing up. But being able to like just get in a plane and go places, there's also a lot of, if you like that idea, kind of amateur pilotism, I guess. There's a lot of cool accounts of people who like are like flying across the country and documenting it as, you know, Instagram content. You know, I fly a single engine plane and I moved from like Michigan to California, right? And that's a cool inside glimpse onto what it's like to do, you know, small engine piloting. So makes me kind of want to do it more even. So good morning to chat. No, not Chat FM. Well, I mean, good morning to you, Chat FM. You've already been here though. Good morning to Dungeon Meowster KJ though. It's great to see you. Hefty flying solo today. No Sean. We were planning to play Kiwi in the final hour crew, but I'm pretty certain, I have not gotten confirmation, but I'm pretty certain Sean is running in the low tank department. It's in terms of energy and such, because allergies have just been so bad here. The pollen count has been so hefty. Thank you, Sis. Hefty pollen, that Sean needed a day off just to kind of recuperate. Because a lot of times during the stage of the year that we're in, which is the allergies are awful, Sean will spend a significant amount of time indoors, but has had a lot of different events lately that have kept him out of doors. And so, as a result, here we are. Is Sean Normal in charge of morning greeting count? Yeah, absolutely. Sean's in charge of most everything on the show. I just talk into a microphone. Good morning, by the way, to Chat FM. It's good to see you. I hope your Wednesday goes pretty well. I hope you have maybe some weekend plans to look forward to. I'm really hoping to get a phone call to work an event this weekend. But if I don't, then I have a full weekend planned. Pretty cool stuff coming up for my daughter. Has access to a lesson for her musical instrument because she finished second in a contest, and so gets to work with a collegiate professor. So excited to see how that goes on Saturday. We have Taekwondo related things for Hefty Son, which Hefty Son's pretty excited about. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty big weekend. And then next week's the last day of school, so everything that kind of goes with that as well. Ren Fair this weekend, says KJ. Have fun with that. You mentioned the Ren Fair. Oh, because of the pirate thing. Yes. And I had assumed that that was just a ploy to get Bob to do a pirate joke so you could have an exclamation point bingo, which I still think I'm probably right. My tongue is healing up, but just there I kind of bit at the spot that I broke open trying to chew gum the other day. Yeah, it's really sensitive still. Ordered a new auto follow drone thing and did my drone license paperwork. That's cool. How much fun is it to fly like real life drones, as opposed to like the only drone that I've owned was I think a $27 mini drone that I bought after going to a museum where they were showing them off. It's one that had 8 minutes of battery life and was controlled by an iPad. Hasn't arrived yet, so no idea. Well, I'm telling you what, I had some people that I knew who did that as kind of a fun thing and got some really cool shots. I mean, like, you get some really amazing looking shots with drones. Also, in light of the damaged dam that Russia broke in Ukraine, some evidence of the value that drones can provide, because someone was able to get footage of that dam shortly after it was attacked by the Russians, and you could kind of quickly see exactly the potential like fallout from it. So I found that to be pretty interesting. So I think drones are proving some semblance of usefulness. I imagine that there's still some issues with them as well. I get to see Kate and Oodles, Oodless, and Ugonzo. Well, have fun with them, King Gray. Yeah, I almost hopped in a Discord conversation yesterday with you, Gonzo, and somebody else, Guru, potentially. But I was working on something I needed to concentrate on, so I decided against it. I hope you have a great time with them. It was dual purpose, fun fact. Hee. Hey, whatever works. Whatever works. If you would like to qualify for bingo, you can. The word of the day.
The word of the day is
cute. So you can use your name after the word cute and get registered for a $10 gaming gift card entry. We'll spin the wheel of names at 7:35. Nope, 6:35. 6:35 on Monday's Gaming Morning Show. Almost caught that on my belly. Congratulations again to I Am JF Downs for being our most recent winner. Quiet I Am Gaming has won. Businesses has won. Drew Mega has won. So keep playing exclamation point bingo for your chance to win. Okay, I don't understand the word of the day thing. So, KJ, just read the instructions at gamingmorningshow.tv/bingo. And that should clarify everything. If it doesn't, you're invited to ask a follow-up question. All right, we got one more game of Rocket League. Then we're going to do sports. And then we are going to call it a day. Which is kind of a bummer. I wanted to play Kiwi today, but we'll make it through. All right, let's see if we can score this. Oh, nice try. Oh, no. I went too fast. I went too fast. See if we can hit it the right way. I had a chance to watch Look It's Mike O's show yesterday. It was playing hardcore Minecraft, and then I got distracted by the work I was doing, and all of a sudden Mike was dead. And so I don't really quite know what happened, but as far as I understand it, hardcore Minecraft mode is you don't respawn. And so Mike had to start over. But Mike looked very devastated, which gave me the impression that that was not something that was supposed to happen. Like, Mike had one of the NPCs, like, stuck in the floor, and then I was distracted by other stuff. And then just devastation. I don't know what I was trying to do there, to be honest with you. Nice goal. Good. Chat FM. I wasn't supposed to score there. We didn't want that goal. You almost saved it so close. Thank you, sis. Keep hyping me up. Well, there you go. All these weeks of not knowing the rule. Well, exclamation point, I got bingo. Nice work.
Bingo.
Yeah, we have a word of the day primarily for those who are joining us for the first time. It allows us just to make sure that the bingo cards are from the current day's show. But for those who are audience regulars, it's not something I worry about too much. All right, let's see if I can at least score another goal. One minute left, and then we got sports, and then we're gonna wrap things up. I should have considered playing Street Fighter 6 today, but here we are. I did get it installed yesterday. I'm thinking about trying to play it sometime today. I have a dentist appointment today, and so part of the downside to that is I lose a lot of time because my dentist is in the town I used to live in, which means like round trip to the dentist is, 2.5 hours, which is fine. I don't mind the drive. In fact, I like having a reason to go to that place, but as far as efficiency, it does not help. Nice shot. We'll have a very brief wrap-up, by the way. One last reminder to be sure, if you're not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/gamingmorningshow. But also remember, gamingmorningshow.tv, no matter the time nor the place. If we're ever not in a place that you expect us to be, in terms of being able to watch the show, just go to gamingmorningshow.tv. Number one piece of advice. I'm also going to vote to concede because we have a clock, and this game is not winnable. There you go. Win by forfeit. Good morning. 7:52 West Coast time, 10:52 out east, 3:52 for those watching GMS in the afternoon. Thank you for being here. The Element of One. Nice chat to you. Final 8-minute crew. Appreciate being here.
Nice chat.
All right, we are going to adjourn, call it a day after, as King Gray likes to sponsor, sports. Sports brought to you as always by King Gray. Find King Gray on the internet. It's the right place to go. Yesterday, did the Mets win, chat? Yes or no? Let us know your guess. Did the Mets win on Tuesday, June 6th? Today is Wednesday, June 7th. We have no finals to report. There's no NBA finals. There's no Stanley Cup final in hockey, but we can tell you in the WNBA, Las Vegas, a 90-84 road win over Connecticut. That's a good matchup. Vegas improves to 7-0 on the year. Connecticut falls down to 6-2. In overtime, Chicago beat Indiana 108-103, and Seattle a 66-63 win over Los Angeles. That is the Storm's first win. Seattle is 1-4 on the year. No soccer to report for you. Quick glance at the headlines. This from 31 minutes ago in soccer. Lionel Messi to Inter Miami. The MLS club is set to sign the Argentine superstar, beating Barca and Saudi Arabia per a report. The sweepstakes appears to be over, according to Roger Gonzalez of CBS Sports. The most coveted free agent in soccer history is set to sign with MLS's Inter Miami, according to a report from Juliam Belauge. I probably said that person's name wrong. I apologize. So Lionel Messi's on his way to Miami, potentially. NBA mock drafts are out. Not worrying about that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's just do the scoreboard. Did the Mets win? Let's see. Gray does love sports as element. There are hardly ever any back-to-back days off in baseball, so I will say yes, they played. But did they win? Did they win? Gray, I don't know if that no is for your love of sports or if you want to say did the Mets win. But what we can tell you is the Mets yesterday did not win.
No.
6-4 loss at Atlanta, and the Mets are under 500 yet again, 30-31.
No.
So anyone who said no is
correct.
Nice work. Atlanta, 36-24 on the year. The Mets, for what it's worth, 6.5 games out of first place in the National League East. That's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing if you're a Mets fan. Drew Mega's Toronto Blue Jays, a bounce back 5-1 win over Houston at the Rogers Center Skydome facility in Toronto, or also known as Toronto. The Miami the Marlins, a Fish 6-1 win over Kansas City. The Tampa Bay Rays of Quiet I Am Gaming, 7-0 shutout win over Minnesota. IMJF Downs' or IMJF Diamond Downs' D Tigers, a 1-0 loss against Philadelphia. Austin Tax New York Yankees lost 3-2 to the White Sox. Chris M.E.'s Los Angeles Dodgers 9-8 loss to Cincinnati. Everyone's team is losing except Brendan's. Brendan's San Francisco Giants beat Colorado 10-4. And Sean's Angels, a 7-4 win over my supposed Cubs. So there you go. See, I know sports, says King Gray. Yet the Mets have won, if not the biggest payrolls in MLB, even more than the Yanks. That's okay. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. That is your sports. Sports brought to you as always by King Gray. Find King Gray on the internet. That's going to do it for our show today. It's great to see you. King Gray, did my team win? King Gray. Let's fire up the King Gray Did My Team Win randomizer.
Beep bop boop beep boop bop beep boop.
Since
beep,
you sponsor the sports
beep,
segment.
Bop, boop 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 beep bop beep boop boop beep bop. Ding.
I am so sorry, King Gray. Your St. Louis baseball team lost to Texas 6-4. Who will King Gray's team be on Thursday's Gaming Morning Show? Stay tuned to find out. Team Sizz is always a winner, King Gray. So there you go. All right, it's been a lot of fun. We will see you again on Thursday. Hey, send Sean. Hope you're doing good. Message in Discord. Sean, I mean, he's fine. He's just his allergies are horrible. He knows about it every year. He just does. But it just, it takes its toll. So, yeah, it's gonna be a bad couple more weeks just with his allergies. So just send Sean a good little, hey, we love you, man, kind of message. All right, we'll see you again on Thursday. This has been Gaming Morning Show.
Well, there it is. The first poop mention of the day. Mark it down. KING GREY! Exclamation point.